We are here at the Heidelberg Super Regional, the Student Princess Game 2, 14-1 winner over the College of Worcester. Punched their ticket to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We'll start first with comments from Coach Fitzgerald.
It's a great day to be a student prince, I guess. Just a lot of fun. It was a great game. We were fortunate to have the big inning. Just so proud of the group of guys and the hard work that they put in, and they deserve this more than anything. So, and before I guess we keep going, I want to thank all you guys as well that helped run the tournament, and Jeff Garbiner, SID, and the rest of the Heidelberg staff and the fans. It was an awesome atmosphere down here. It's what college baseball is all about, and it's just a great day. Just a great day.
Joe, you're on the mound at the end of the game. Certainly not a save situation. What does it mean for you to get that ball coming out in the ninth inning to send your team to the World Series?
Yeah, it's an incredible feeling, open up the bullpen door and knowing we're just 3 outs away from a College World Series. I love being on the mound in the ninth. I think the guys like playing behind me, and I like pitching in front of them. So it's just an incredible feeling I'll never forget, is just being out there on the mound in the ninth, for sure.
Matt, you had big defensive plays yesterday, and you kind of had Coach Fitzgerald in a little bit of disbelief. You come in that eighth inning, you get a big kind of the backbreaker, the double off the wall. An inning like that, how fun is an inning where you score 10 times?
It's a lot of fun. Just being able to see everyone just have success, being able to hit the ball is a lot of fun.
That's kind of been the MO for this team this year, is just being able to pile on some of those innings. What is it about this offense that makes that inning possible?
I think just each hitter knows who they are. Each hitter is different, so they kind of don't try to do too much. Each person in our lineup does something different that what makes them so good. So being able to just know who you are, it allows people to just stay within themselves and then just do their game. And once we get a couple guys on, it starts rolling, and we just feed off each other's energy. And that's when we start to have the big innings.
Fitz, Atkins today, I think, with the way your bullpen's been set up, to get 6 innings, a run, he had to work through some jams, but he did, and he got you to the point where you had to feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he has electric stuff. Even when somebody's on base, you never really feel like we're in that big of a jam. It's one pitch or a couple pitches for him, and all of a sudden you're out of the inning. But no, it was huge. Obviously having to use a couple guys yesterday a little longer than we normally do. We coming in, we were going to try and run him as long as we could, and save the back end if we could. And he was good. He competes. He throws strikes. He's not a real talkative kid, but he wants the baseball in big situations, and did a great job.
The Boers home run, that was a pretty big blow, because they had come back and tied it, and gives you the lead again, and it seemed like the guys kind of really got behind that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just kind of settled into our DH position. It's hard to be a DH. You sit around, for him, he walks up and down the dugout. He just kind of hangs out, basically, and I had a great day at the plate. I think he had a couple of hits, didn't he? He had 2 for 4. But no, he didn't miss it, no doubt. He hit it hard, and again, proud of the work that he's put in, and it was a big moment for him.
Matt, offensively, to get that hit there in the 8th, and I know you've come up a couple times with guys on base and it hadn't gone your way. Was it like cathartic? What was? You had to feel pretty good after that one.
It definitely felt good just to be able to hit something hard. I was struggling a little bit, but just trying to stay within myself and do what I do best is kind of what got me through this whole game and this whole super regional.
Joey, can you talk about the bullpen in general? It's been so good, not only in this tournament, but last week. A big reason why you got to the Super Regional. Can you just talk about, whether it was you or Caden, 3 different guys that you used this weekend, and just talk about how good the bullpen was.
Yeah, kind of like Matt said with the lineup, I think every guy in the bullpen is different as well, has their own different mantra on the mound. Just trying to, myself, mentor guys like Brady Knisner and Mason Metz coming in big roles, and then obviously Caden threw really well, and Tristan, and just up and down the line, just mentally preparing in the bullpen and learning from each other. But anytime that Alex or Trevor are out there, you're going to get 6, 7 really strong innings, and you just got to be prepared to get the ball in the 8th and 9th and shut the door. So I'm really proud of those guys, and especially Alex and Trev for setting us up so successfully.
Fitz, you were part of the 2010 team that went to the World Series. The only person on the staff that went to that World Series that's still here. What's going to be your message for the team as you have a quick turnaround time, you're making travel plans, you're doing all these things, everything's kind of up in the air? What's your message for the team before they head out there?
I guess it hasn't really sunk in, I guess, yet is what I guess I've had the opportunity to win as a player at Seton Hill and twice as a coach now. It's still 90 feet between the bases, it's 60 feet 6 inches, and there's 8 teams left in the country still playing. Go do what we do and play how we play. Can't make the moment bigger than the moment is. Just go and play the game, and we'll get a good week of practice in, and we'll be ready.
Coach, does this team remind? I mean, I'm sure it does on some level, but when you look at what Joey does in the bullpen, it kind of does remind me. I mean, different pitchers, but as far as being shut down, what Andy Lowe did back then, there are some similarities in the way the lineup feeds off each other. What do you see that reminds you of that 2010 team?
Just hard-nosed, blue-collar dudes. I mean, they just want to go out and want to compete. They're not just happy to be here. They're focused, and it's been a great group. And it didn't start today. I mean, it started in September when we started fall ball. I mean, you could tell because we had like 2 starters returning from last year. All of these guys have kind of waited their turn, and they were ready, and they took advantage of it. I mean, it's just a work ethic that is just unspeakable, and very, very proud of them.
Joey, you came here as an infielder, you told me, and so you probably never thought that you'd be on the mound when the clinching. What is it kind of like? Do you think about your journey to this point, to going from a backup infielder to to the star closer, to be sending your team to the World Series on the mound?
Yeah, it started for 1 year. And it's been surreal. I said the other day, I mean, Park and Matt have had amazing careers, but I wouldn't trade what I've gone through for really anything. I think I really grew my sophomore year as a person and as a player, learning how to approach the game in a mature way. And then obviously last year, being thrown into the fire, learning from that, and just taking that experience into this year. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to imagine coming in here as a second baseman, and then all of a sudden 3-4 years later I'm a pitcher. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's been amazing so far.
Well, you had a heck of a run of 5 games. Baseball being what it is, I mean, is it something that you could have predicted at all?
I don't think so. I mean, you can't teach these moments. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday at dinner. It's funny when you have teams like this. It's like the bond between everybody, not just the players, but the staff and the community. And I mean, you can't replicate them. They just kind of happen. You have to enjoy the rides when they come. And you can prepare for it. I mean, you can try your best to prepare for it, but you just gotta make the moments count when they come.
Talk about Worcester, Chad. I mean, really, up until that 8th inning, both games neck and neck. Talk about how Worcester played.
I mean, I think offensively, I mean, they're scary. I mean, we scored, 4, 5, 6, and I'm thinking, let's try and get a few more here just in case, when their season's on the line. They're very, very good offensively. I thought their arms were very competitive. They tried to work both sides of the play. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, Coach Pederini's done a great job there for years. Kudos to him and his team for getting to where they got to. And we're fortunate enough to just play a little bit better over the last 2 games.
Might get lost because of the big 8th inning, but Parker's at bat, middle of the game, that 2-out single to drive in a run. He just was clutch this weekend.
He had an unbelievable weekend. There's no other way to put it. He came up with the bases loaded. I don't know if it was the inning before, 2 innings before, and didn't get it done. So, just relaxed and just went out and did it. He had a great weekend for him.
Something magical about those 2 words, World Series. I just think it's different than when you say National Championship. World Series. This is for all of you. Just what does it mean to now to have that on your resume, you as a head coach, and you guys for your careers?
I just think it's been amazing. I said at the beginning of the year, I said coming in as freshmen, not knowing anybody, and they become 7, 8 of your best friends as a senior class, and then you get to know all the underclassmen, and it's a crazy journey what you go through, all the ups and downs through practice, and bashing heads at different scenarios at practice. But then when it comes down to it, when you're between the lines, it's just getting the job done. I think Matt as a senior leader, captain, and then other seniors and freshmen stepping up, everybody holding each other accountable. I think it's just been an amazing year so far, and the motto all year has been why not. So I think we're not done, so why not keep going?
And then Chad, you've been here before as an assistant. When it went your way in the regionals, when it didn't go, and you knew one way or the other it was going to be either really good or really bad. I imagine a million scenarios going through your head last night. How did you kind of cope with going to a big game like this?
Try not to mess up. Let them go play. Again, I mean, they win the games. We just try to not do anything to mess up. Again, they were a different kind of focus over the last couple of weeks, and we were pretty confident.
And Neisner, it looked like he struggled a little bit with his control, but got through some jams there in the 7th inning.
Yeah, he's a freshman in a big situation. You know, he's thrown in a lot of big situations for us all year. But like you said, I mean, World Series, it's just different. You feel different. You know, a chance to go play for a national championship. I mean, I'm sure he just had a little bit of nerves going on. But we like what he does, and he'll be back out there whenever we get to Iowa.
That's what was your immediate thought when that last flyout was hit? I mean, it's been a long road, so.
I'm just proud of these guys. There's nothing else to say. I mean, they work so hard. Not always the nicest to them, I guess. But high expectations, and that's one of the things we try to talk to recruits. You're gonna prepare to play at this level, and it doesn't always happen. But the next year when we come back, we're gonna prepare the same way to play at a national level, and proud of them. Very, very proud.
Bateman be okay? Bateman back in?
We'll have to check, but yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't. He said I'll be ready when it was all said and done. So
Looked like you had to fight to get him out of the game.
well, yeah, and getting same thing. I mean, he's a competitor and wants to be on the field. I mean, nobody wants to come out in what could be the last day of the year. So glad he's okay, and glad things worked out so we can see him back out there next week.
One more thing, being able to play this here on your field. I know last week you guys thought maybe you should have been hosting last week, and so home field advantage. Talk about that in this particular series.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a big. I guess I don't think it affected the game. I mean, there's 2 errors the whole weekend. Our park plays bigger, so yeah, I do think it was an advantage. But again, it's something we worked all year, and we felt like we earned. So we're very, very excited to be able to host. So.
Okay, thanks guys. Congratulations.